Hello, friends, and welcome back to Stories About Entitled People. Let's start our video with a story where OP, working at a busy truck rental place during peak time, tries to resolve a customer's payment issue quickly, but gets trapped by a boring coworker. But before we begin, best way to support our channel is to leave comments, like, and subscribe with the turned-on bell so you don't miss the new video every single day. Here we go. But don't you understand how bad this is? At a big truck rental place, it's the end of the month, so as you can imagine, everyone is desperate for a truck. Young couple at the counter picking up a reservation mom made for them. It's going okay, but then it turns out the daughter owes us money from a previous rental, and the system locked the whole family out of the rental process until we can clear it up. Well, it happens. They're good about it and willing to pay cash right then and there. But when the system does this, it can be an unnecessarily long and tedious process to get it cleared up and let the rental through. They're supposed to call, wait on hold, go through a long process with some rep on the phone using a credit card, but they don't have a credit card. And like I said, it's a bit crazy around here. We need this cleared up now. So my manager helps me find the old contract, and it says there was $30 paid, $40 owing. Got it. I put through a payment of $40 against that contract to get it cleared up. Now, in theory, we're good, but the system can be weird, so I phone over to the group that handles these things to confirm we're actually good before I go ahead. And that's when I get to talk to Captain A-Hole. CA. CA, thank you for calling ABCD. How can I help you? Me. Hey, got this thing. We did this. Just need to verify it's cleared up before we continue. CA, okay, so wait a minute, what did you do? Me, I processed a payment of $40 on the contract, just need to know if they're clear. CA, but that isn't what I'm getting at. Me, what are you getting at then? CA, they actually owed $70, you only took $40, so we're $30 short. Me, okay, could have sworn it said $40 when we looked it up. CA, well, it wasn't, it was supposed to be $70. Who helped you with this? Me. Oh, my manager looked up the contract. Wait, so was that the wrong contract? CA. No, it was the right one. Me. Okay, so do I need to process another payment? CA. No, it's already cleared up. It's gone now. Sounding really upset. You appreciate that this mistake cost us $30, right? Me. Wait, okay, so it's gone? If I try to do this rental, it'll work? CA. Don't you understand the severity of this error? Me. Are you? Look, I'm not concerned about that right now. CA, well, you should be concerned. You realize this is a recorded call, right? You really should be very concerned. They should have called and dealt with us here. If everyone made this kind of mistake sooner or later, we'd be out thousands of dollars. Me, listen, I've got a line out the door and customers in front of me ready to rent a truck. If I try, will it work? That's my immediate concern. What's the answer? CA, well, yes, it'll be fine. Folks, that should have been the end. It was not. Apparently, my refusal to share my feelings over the error and lost revenue was absolutely unacceptable. CA. But listen, this was a major mistake. We can't have this stuff happening. Me. CA. I need to speak to your manager about this. I need to make sure they understand. Me. Sounds great, but like I said, it's busy here, end of the month, So she'll be a while. Want to wait, hold? CA, yes, I'll hold because, me, you're sure, might be a while. CA, yes, this absolutely needs to be discussed. We can't have people. Me, great. Well, I've got to get back to it, so please hold. Click. He lasted about 2 minutes on hold before he hung up. I mentioned it to my manager after about 5 minutes. We looked it up later when it slowed down and called again just to be sure. He was dead wrong. No idea what his problem was or why he felt it was so damn important that we take time right then and there in the middle of a crazy rush to share our feelings of regret and remorse. Oh yes, I'm devastated. Gonna cry myself to sleep tonight. Can we get on with my work now? And our second story. It's in your best interest for me not to do this installation. She should have listened. This story comes from my first job ever. It was a pure commission sales job at a kiosk where one person usually worked alone. I sold and installed screen protectors and body kits on consumer electronics. One piece of relevant information for this story is that I was trained to install these products on smartphones and tablets, Screen protectors and body kits were offered for other devices, but 99+% of business was phones and tablets, so I was not taught on how to install on anything more specialized. One day, a woman walked up to me carrying a laptop, and the story began. Woman, I ordered a full body kit for my laptop, and I just was informed by Joe, another salesman, that it arrived today. I want it installed. Full body kits, which included screen protectors for laptops, were available, but they had to be custom ordered, and it took 2 to 3 weeks to arrive. There was a special process for installing on a laptop, which I was never taught. Me, ma'am, I'm not trained on how to install our products on laptops. It would be in your best interest to get this installed by someone with more experience. Woman, are you refusing to install this for me? This is unacceptable. Me, I'm not refusing to help you, but it wouldn't be a good idea for me to do this installation. I'm not trained on laptop installations. There's a method to doing them I was never taught. If I make a mistake installing, and I likely will because I don't know how to do this properly, it'll take 2 to 3 weeks to get a replacement product for a reinstallation. Woman, this is unacceptable. I want this installed now. Me, I am not trained on laptops, ma'am. The other 2 sales reps are, and it would be best if they did this install for you so it's done correctly. Next thing I know, she pulls out her phone and makes a call. Shortly after, I get a call from Joe. Joe, OP, I need you to do this install for me right now. Me, Joe, she's your customer and you're trained for this. You should be the one installing for her. Joe, OP, just do the damn install. Me, fine. Me to woman, all right, I will do this install for you, but first I want to reiterate that I have never installed on a laptop before, so I may make a mistake. If I do make a mistake, it takes 2 to 3 weeks to get a replacement in. Are you sure you want to do this? Woman, just get it done. She thankfully leaves and I get to work with no clue what I'm doing. As predicted, I effed it up. The install was not good and I knew it. It took a long time and I probably could have made some good sales in that time spent on the install. Then she returns. Woman, have you finished my laptop? Me, I have, but I'll be honest, this is not my best work. Woman, this is terrible. Me, I warned you that this could happen. Now, before I can release the product to you, there's an installation charge you have to pay. Woman, what? You want me to pay for this? I want to speak to your manager. Me, we have no manager on site, but here's the owner's card. She tries calling the owner, but he doesn't answer his phone. This was a common problem working there. Woman, he's not answering his phone. Me, I'm sorry to hear that. Now, how do you want to handle this? You can pay the install charge and I can release the laptop to you, or I can remove the product and you'll have to work something out with Joe or the owner. She ended up paying for the install charge and leaving unhappy. Later, I discovered that our best salesman did an install for her and she was unhappy. One of the owners of the business drove out to do an install and she was also disappointed. I guess you can't make everyone happy. So many resources wasted on one person that could have been used to make sales. Sad. And our last story. Drag racing is not for idiots. Hi there. Let me tell you a story about me and my most annoying neighbor. It happened not too long ago, but the satisfaction I feel from how it all played out still makes me smile. 3 years ago, I moved into a new house. Saying the neighborhood is great would be an understatement. It's quiet, peaceful, and most of the neighbors are nice people. Well, except for one. Let's call him Justin. Justin was the spoiled son of a rich daddy who once struck gold by investing in stocks, quit working altogether, divorced his wife, and started living the good life. Rumors about his family were wild. His dad had a young trophy wife who apparently didn't care about anyone, including Justin. Justin himself was the worst neighbor you could imagine. Arrogant to the max, dumb as a rock, and with such a sense of entitlement, you could feel like throwing something heavy at him just to shut him up. One morning, our quiet neighborhood buzzed with news Justin's dad had died. And oddly enough, everyone said, well, that was bound to happen. This guy was a walking disaster, and now he had literally become a flying one. He was thrown 50 meters through the windshield after crashing his brand new BMW convertible into a tree. His blood alcohol level was so high it was practically a cocktail recipe. Paramedics at the scene debated whether he died from the impact or because his body finally gave up after a tanker load of booze and, let's call it, other substances that helped him stay conscious during the ride. But the real show of the year began shortly after. Turns out the entire family empire had been swiftly scooped up by Daddy's young wife. She moved so fast to claim all the accounts and properties it felt like the notary was just waiting around the corner with paperwork in hand. And Justin? Well, he was left with a big fancy house, an Audi A8 that guzzled gas like it was going out of style, and a grand total of 0 in the bank. Life started hitting him with big questions like, "So, Prince, how are you planning to pay for all this fun now?" At first, Justin tried to keep up his royalty act, but it quickly became clear he was in trouble. He started accidentally wandering into neighbors' yards. At first, it was just small talk, but soon rumors spread about things going missing, tools, gas cans, spare parts, even garden decorations. To be honest, I immediately suspected Justin. I noticed my gas can had vanished too, but here's the thing. It wasn't just any gas can. It contained high-octane racing fuel mixed with a bunch of specific additives for my drag car. A couple of days later, I noticed Justin acting strange. His Audi A8, once a symbol of his luxury life, was now sitting idle. Naturally, I started connecting the dots. He must have borrowed my fuel. We had a little chat a few days after when I ran into him at my gate. Me: "Hey, Justin, what's up with your car? Not starting?" Justin, annoyed: "Why don't you mind your own business? What do you even know about cars?" Me, barely holding back laughter: "Oh, not much. Just that my gas can disappeared recently. You know, the one with the special racing fuel. I hope nobody accidentally used it." The look on his face was priceless. It screamed, "Oh no, I'm busted." Turns out he did use my fuel in his Audi. The problem? Cars like that aren't built for such fuel with all those additives. After a few kilometers, the engine just died. Fixing it would have cost more than the car itself, so it ended up sitting by his garage like a monument to his former glory days, gathering dust and rust. After his Audi broke down completely, Justin tried to sell the house. It took him a couple of months, and he ended up selling it for much less than the market value. All the while, his Audi remained parked near the garage, a sad reminder of his luxury life. When the house finally sold, the car was hauled away on a tow truck. And Justin? I never saw him again after that. He just disappeared. None of the neighbors know where he went, and honestly, no one really cares. Now I live peacefully without visits or missing items, and every time I think about this whole fiasco, I can't help but chuckle. Oh, and the funniest part? The gas can had a warning label on it. All he had to do was read it. Honestly, I still think that maybe they should have not just written a warning on that canister, but added in large letters, "Not for fools." That sign can't stop me because I can't read. Hey guys, thank you all for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one.